An episode on stove fans, really? Yes, they actually work, and I've been doing the research on this for 6 months. As a child, I've always wanted a wood cabin. And in that wood cabin, there would be this beautiful wood stove, and on top of that wood stove, there would be this oven fan. Reality hits, and I cannot afford a cabin. So I am regulated to watching this on the relaxing channel, which my wife makes fun of me every time she sees this, but at the same time, it works. It does help me to relax. Please support the channel by subscribing. It helps immensely. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for our new videos. Thank you in advance. As a disclaimer, we are not going to be using this as a stove fan on top of a wood stove. This is going to be off-label use as the manufacturer states. Please use discretion because we are going to be emitting carbon monoxide, which can kill you. So make sure it's well ventilated. This is a thermoelectric motor. It uses the Peltier effect. He's a French scientist that invented this, so that's why he's Peltier, not Peltier. With that being said, what it does is it uses the warmth from the bottom of the aluminum base, and it uses the cold from the top of the fins, and it aggravates those ions, spinning the fan. It's pretty easy. It doesn't need any batteries. It just uses the energy of the heat and the cold. This was my first experiment. Would this work? In the cold mornings, after we cook a nice warm breakfast, the grills were still hot. I wanted to see if I could dissipate that with the fan, and would the fan actually work? And this is what started it. It did work. We did have a fail. After baking in the oven, I stuck this in there again to try to dissipate that heat. But the cooling fans on top didn't have a chance to cool down. They both were warm at the same time because of the box. So the fan didn't start. So don't try this at home. This is pretty popular in the prepper community. It's going to be the stove fan on top of the Mr. Buddy heater. I'm not intending on doing this because you modify the aluminum and cut into it to secure it on top. That is not my intention. But as a last resort, you can do this. This is an awesome experiment, the stove fan, with 2 IKEA tea candles. And it worked. And as you can see here, it's going to start ramping up in temperature with the flare. 290, and we're still going to keep going up. I was very surprised with this. And our final results are going to be 234 degrees. Can you believe that? And this is a flare of the thermoelectric motor, and it's working. It's awesome. I put a lot of thought into this one. Are bricks safe to heat up? The more that I thought about it, the fancy pizza places actually use brick ovens, and we pay a premium. And this is my brick oven. This is our claim to fame. I am so proud of this because I figured this out. There's no other video out there on YouTube that I've seen actually using this on a radiant heater. I put this on setting 1, which is 580 watts, and I wanted to see if it would actually work. And after 20 minutes, it did work, with a few modifications. As you can see here, I cut a piece of aluminum to trap more heat on the base, and it's running on low. You would probably have a better result if you put it on medium or high, and you may not have to use the aluminum base. But our intention was to keep it on low. In conclusion, does this work? Yes, it does. It pushes the radiant heat around the room, making it feel warmer, instead of that heat just rising in one place and going to the ceiling of that room. This isn't going to make your radiant heater into an afterburning jet engine. This is not an electric fan. It is not made to push cold air around the room. It's going to do the opposite. It's just going to push that radiant heat. So if you understand that, this is a product for you, especially if you have a wood cabin.